Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. You can meet a woman anywhere. Now, you know what, I've had several consultations where young men would ask me that question, where can I meet a woman? And I've seen several videos and just men in general saying, well, where can I meet a woman? You can meet a woman anywhere. Anywhere. I don't care. First of all, if you do what I'm saying, speak to 3 women a day, you probably doing that any place. You don't have to go any place special. See, first of all, get out of that mode of I'm only going to talk to the women I want to get with. Because the thing is, the woman who might be very attractive for you, she might not be fixed up. In fact, she might be in sweat somewhere. I remember when I had to pick up my youngest son from school a while ago. And there was a young lady, she had a cap on, she had on some sweats. And she's probably one of the sexiest women I've ever seen. And in fact, I'm gonna tell you, let me give y'all some game. Sometimes women are very receptive when you're talking to them when they're not fixed up. And in fact, there was somebody on IG who said he actually prefers that because he'd rather see what the woman's looking like when she ain't fixed up. And of course, let me shout out Master Teacher BGS. He talk about that adjustable type of woman. She can always fix up. But here's the thing. I don't care where you at. You can meet a woman. Like in the neighborhood I'm in, I've met several young ladies just in my little area. Because I had said before, I have a dog park kind of behind my house. I have a dog park. But I've met some young, just random young ladies just being out and about, just in the area, not even being off my block. In fact, this very attractive young lady, I met her because one of her dogs stopped and wanted to pee around my tree. And of course, I'm coming out, I'm like, and you know, she laughed about it, and I ain't really care, but she was fine. Met her there. Met other women just in the gym. And it's not like I just walk up to them and whatnot. I just see them around. Every single one I met in the gym, I would see them quite a few times and then be like, hey, how you doing? I see you in here all the time. Or something like that. Or what's your name? Something like that. Or, you know, or in a grocery store. Or, and I said a while ago, when I go to different restaurants, see the women. In fact, I always say it like me and my sons will go out maybe once, maybe twice a week just to eat at different restaurants. We still cool. We still cool like that. They ain't like, yeah, they do their own thing sometimes, but of course, but you know, they still love dad. Anyway, I remember we in a restaurant and a young lady who had been a server before to us, she saw us and she gave us a smile like, hey, how you doing? They know us. And I've met some ladies there. There's been a couple restaurants we'll go to. They know what we wanted. You can meet them there. You can meet them any place, in a grocery store. They could be working there. They could be somebody who's just showing up there. You just looking at the same things. I've had conversations with women in grocery stores. You can meet them any place. Or, you know, you could take something like, I know this old school player, he said something like a yoga studio is a target rich environment because there's plenty of women there. All you had to do is be there and just chill. Wherever you go, because wherever there are women, you can meet a woman. Now remember what I said a couple days ago about speaking to 3 women a day. See, part of the thing is you want to get to the point where no matter where you at, no matter what the situation is, you can say hi. You don't want, I mean, you get some guys thinking, well, if I go to that bar or nightclub, everybody don't go to bars or nightclubs. And then remember what I just said earlier. Sometimes she might have on sweats or something. And women, if you still friendly to them, they ain't fixed up. That does something for them. They like, oh wow, he's being friendly. I ain't even fixed up. Plus, you want to know what they look like without all their makeup on anyway. I ain't gonna get into the makeup and all of that. Because sometimes a woman, when she ain't fixed up, that's who she really is. In fact, you want to check her out there. You want to check her out, but that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation. But look, here's the bottom line. I don't care where you go. I don't care if you out and about, you can meet them. You can meet them walking down the street. In fact, I'll talk more about that in the next sit down. Walking down the street, doing whatever. I remember when I was working in downtown DC, there were maybe 2 or 3 women I met just walking down the street. And I wasn't trying to, I was on my lunch hour or something. I wasn't trying to like holler at anybody. You can meet them any place, going to the stores, wherever. As long as you are in an area where there's women, you can meet them in the mall, whatever. The key to it is just being open to it. Just being open. Now remember what I said a couple of days ago about speaking to 3 women a day. See, part of that is when you do run into that woman who, let me go through the progression, got that face card, got the breasts, snatch waist, the big old butt dunk, the thick thighs, which save lives, nice calves, got those toes, whatever you like. When you see her, then you can just say, hey, how you doing? And in most cases, in most cases, she'll speak too. As long as you're cool and calm about it, you just never know. You just never know. She could be working someplace. I never forget, one of my favorite meeting a woman was when it was a while ago. It was when she was working at a sunglass place, right? I'll say a sunglass place. I don't advertise for people who don't pay me, but a sunglass place. And we talked for maybe a few seconds. Then I said, you know what? I don't really wear sunglasses. I just came in here to talk to you. Boom. And it can be any place. It could be any place. The stores you go in, restaurants you go to, grocery stores, in your neighborhood, having a dog pee on your tree in your yard. It's like wherever. But then you got to have that attitude that women are all over the place. Women are all over the place. All you have to do is be the type who will just say hi. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. Keep in mind what I just said. All right. And I'll talk to y'all. Peace and blessings.